Joe Hendry should definitely be watching our podcast.
It's a show by Chris and Neil with all great movies. They are the real deal. We watch them all, so you don't have to. It's movies that don't suck and some that do.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of all ages, welcome to another episode of Movies That Don't Suck and Some Do. My name is Neil.
And I'm Chris.
You're what?
I'm Chris.
What's your name?
My name's Chris Shannon.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
Hey, buddy.
Everybody wave at Chris. Hey. Everybody applaud for Chris. Applaud for Chris. Yay.
I don't have sounds. I have clips and sound effects. Otherwise, I'll put a pause for myself on this one.
Oh, you got rid of your you need an applause button.
Yeah,
Everybody needs an applause.
I don't want to do Morning Zoo quite as much as I wanted to when I first got this thing. So, yeah.
All right, so we're here today to review two new movies that are out there in the wonderful world of cinema. First, we went to Netflix for a movie that was made in 2016 and just released this past year. Jessica, trigger warning, starring Jessica Alba.
Ari!
I can't now, Jess.
Are you kidding me? I just got off the phone with fucking Kevis, and he said that you still haven't greenlit my passion project.
I know. Jess, we're
what
going...
the fuck? Do you think I give a shit about zombie apocalypse? What the fuck is that? I'm dealing with a first-time director here who's more interested in Instagramming my ass. Hashtag Jessica Alba's ass.
Well,
Are you kidding me? Look me in the face. I'm gonna walk off this project if you don't greenlight my movie.
Done.
Swear.
I swear to you, it's done.
Swear.
It's done. It's
on
done.
your mom.
Yeah, on my mom.
That's from Entourage the movie, right?
Yeah, that is from Entourage the movie, and it's the only okay. The thing about her is I could not find a clip where she talked for more than 10 seconds in a row. It's always very cutesy stuff, and then the other character Dane Cook, Ryan Reynolds. I can go through the list, but whoever's in the movie with her, they talk.
Yeah, she was
she just says
she was the early 2000s it girl. Everyone talked about her in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll talk about it here in a second, because we here like to investigate things like that at Movies That Don't Suck and Something to Do. All right, next is Mark Webber.
Why would someone want to spook you like this? Well, maybe that's a real gravestone. Maybe you had a twin sister or something.
I never had a sister. And why would we both have the same name?
Well, I don't know. I got cousins with two Bogarts in their family. They just like the name.
What horror movie is that from? Jessica or something like that? Jessica?
No, Jezebel.
Jezebel.
And the lady that's in and the lady who's in that scene won the Actors Guild Award last year, the Screen Actors Guild Award, TV Emmys, and all that. She is the one from Succession, which Sarah, I can't remember her name now off the top of my head.
Okay.
That's why I picked that clip, because he's acting with an award-winning.
I got you. Yeah.
And also in this movie, one of the kings, the only brat that I don't think was in the Brat Pack, Mr. Anthony Michael Hall.
Want to feel real clean, close shave?
I'll pass. Couldn't find anyone else to bug, huh?
Come on, you know you're the one I want to bug, huh?
This is my friend Randy, and that's Jimmy Montrose.
Howdy, dude.
This is Farmer Fred.
Ted.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is Farmer Ted.
I'm not really a farmer. I'm a freshman.
Geek, can I be honest with you?
Not if you're gonna insult me.
Okay.
Shoot.
Get the hell out of here.
Nice manners, babe.
She's totally serious, asswipe.
Chill.
Yeah, it's a Geek from 16 Candles. So
16 Candles, one of the classic movies of all time, right?
Oh, why they so mean to him, baby? Why they so mean to him? Is Geek a geek though?
What's that?
Why they so mean to him? He's just trying to hang. You know. All right, moving on.
I used to get called Ducky all the time when I was younger.
Well,
everybody's like Ducky. Anyway, but that was from 16 Candles. This is trigger warning. The first movie we'll talk about for probably 10 minutes. We'll probably talk about that movie for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, we will talk about
the second movie that we did this week is one of the main movies. It's actually the third at the box office this past weekend. It is called The Bikeriders, starring the one, the only. Actually, I did not even know that she was going to be the focal point of this movie. And we'll talk about that later as well. Jodi Comer.
Most of the time, most days, I feel nothing.
The Bikerider spins the
I don't feel
authentic
anything.
yet fictional tale of a vandal's motorcycle.
It is so boring. I wake up and I think again, really? I have to do this again? And what I really don't understand is how come everybody else isn't screaming with boredom too? Trying to find ways of making myself feel something. More and more and more, but it doesn't make any difference.
From Killing Eve. Oh God. Throwing all crazy.
Killing Eve. That's where she got her popularity and stuff like that. And of course, she was also a Free Guy. I mean, she's in like a lot of movies and shows that in the last couple of years that her stardom has just raised. Talking about another star who has been raising a lot lately, and that'd be the guy who's been making a lot of good movies lately, Mr. Austin Butler.
There's a lot of people saying a lot of things. Of course, you gotta listen to the people that you love. But in the end, you gotta listen to yourself. So I want you to know those New York people ain't gonna change me none. I'm gonna show you what the real Elvis is like tonight.
Yeah. Woo!
That is
Elvis.
Baz Luhrmann's Elvis.
Yeah, I mean, and Austin Butler's been in everything from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Elvis, Bikeriders, The Dead Don't Die. He was in the Sharonacare Chronicles, which was a hit, but then I don't know why that just died. Yeah, because the 2 seasons of it were actually pretty good. It was a good little show. But also in this movie, now we gotta point it towards the old schoolers. And first man up is Chris's loved man that he loves more than anybody in the entire world of mans, and that is Mr. Michael Shannon.
You think America 2010 gives a flying rat's ass about Carver or Nash? America doesn't bail out the losers. America was built by bailing out winners, by rigging a nation of the winners, for the winners, by the winners. You go to church, Nash? You go to church? Sure. Only 1 in 100's gonna get on that ark, son. And every other poor soul's gonna drown.
Oh, man, I love Michael Shannon so much.
Yeah.
So good. So good in everything.
What movie was that from, Michael? I mean, what movie was that from, Chris?
I actually don't know. That's the one.
You don't know what movie that's from?
That's the one Michael Shannon had.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking right now.
You don't know what that's from?
99 Homes.
Oh my gosh,
99
Chris.
Homes, right? 99 Homes, right?
Yes, 99 Homes.
I got you.
Like, I was like, man, really? I thought that was like one of his best movies he ever did.
Yeah.
I can't believe you had to look that up. That's like saying you don't know the Iceman, dude.
I know, it's crazy.
When's the last time you watched 99 Homes, man? So you got to go back and watch that if you.
I will.
You've never seen it?
No, it's good.
You never seen 99 Homes?
No, I've seen 99 Homes.
See, this is why you never seen 99 Homes ever.
No. But we got to the Buell talk about
Not once.
Not once.
But I just thought when we had the conversation about both loving Michael Shannon that 99 Homes was one of the movies
so here's the thing.
talked about.
Here's the thing. Jeff Nichols got me to love Michael Shannon because he's on every Jeff Nichols movie. And so I'm just like,
I
just love him so much.
Yeah. We'll talk about that here in a little bit too. Also in this movie, two more man crushes for everybody in the entire world. Next is the one, the only. He's got a new movie coming out, and I believe this is a clip from one of the previous sequels. It is Tom Hardy.
Wow. Yeah. No, this is not about being a hero for me, man. This is about wanting to live in peace. Do you understand what I'm talking about? No, you don't understand what I'm talking about. Okay, this is about me wanting to live without you, whining in my ear all the time about eating bad guys or like nagging me about Anne or destroying my place or destroying my life.
Do you know how lucky you are that I chose you?
You chose me? Buddy, I'm the only person that took you in when your friends kicked you off the planet Mingmong because you are a reject. You are a pariah. Lethal protection, my ass. You couldn't protect anything. You are useless. You couldn't get a job down here cleaning toilets.
So that was the great Michael Shannon, Tom Hardy, and then now the one, the only, everybody's crush from the last 15 years of The Walking Dead, the true man himself, the one true Boondock Saint, Norman Reedus.
It is your corrupt we claim. It is your evil that will be sought by us. With every breath, we shall hunt them down. Each day, we will spill their blood till it rains down from the skies. Do not kill. Do not rape. Do not steal. These are principles which every man of every faith can embrace. These are not polite suggestions. These are codes of behavior. And those of you that ignore them will pay the dearest cost. There are varying degrees of evil. We urge you lesser forms of filth not to push the bounds and cross over into true corruption, into our domain. But if you do, one day you will look behind you and you will see we three. And on that day, you will reap it. And we will send you to whatever God you wish.
Yeah, that's him as one half of the McManus brothers, Murphy McManus.
Yes, from Boondock Saints, but they're getting ready to film the third one.
Yeah, who's ready?
Hopefully it's good. I mean, the second one's just fun. Like, oh, at least we got another Boondock Saints. I hope this one's right. You know,
it's like, oh, we got another Indiana Jones. Oh, we got another Ghostbusters.
Right. It's like, oh, okay, hey, we got that. Yeah. We can watch that if we want. Yeah. But this is the Bikeriders talking about true story. Chris, tell everybody where you can find us.
You can find us online at moviesdon'tsuck.net. We're at w2mnet.com. That's W2, amazonmoviesnet.com. We're on Instagram at MTS Podcast. We're on X, MTS Podcast. We have Patreon, patreon.com/moviesdon'tsuck. We're also on Bonfire. Go to bonfire.com, search Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do. I think Neil's working us getting on TeePublic, right? We're going to be at TeePublic.
TeePublic, yes. I did work us into TeePublic. We're now at teepublic.com. But I'm not going to give you that link or anything like that right now because I'm going to work out some details with you at the end of this.
Also,
so thanks for asking.
Yeah, on YouTube, we're on YouTube at Movies Don't Suck Podcast. And wherever you find podcasts, Movies Don't Suck and Some That Do. Neil, who are we talking about today?
Today, sir, we are going to be talking about a local store I just ran into the other day. I literally ran into it, and this is the store that anybody out there for birthday, Christmas, anytime you need to buy Neil a gift, I found the store for you to go to. Yes, that is correct. I have found right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, T-Town's Toys and Collectibles on 1211 South Pierio Avenue. Phone number 918-519-1373. Now you can go to their Facebook too, which is facebook.com/T-Town Toys. But they are more of a in-store now. I walk in, this is what you see, bro. This is what you see. There are collectibles and toys everywhere. Old school everything. They had a 66 Batmobile from Mego. They have monsters. Look at that. That's all Star Wars toys. Those are all Star Wars toys. Right? Yeah. Like there are Legos and Lucy's everywhere. You see, like, look right there. Mm-hmm. That's an 88 freaking RoboCop toy. I mean, like, they have Lucy's, they have Legos, they have like monster stuff, they have everything, and it is collectible. I mean, I found a whole row of 1989 freaking Batman the movie, the Michael Keaton there with all the accessories and everything as a Lucy's. But Chris, let's be honest. Why would Neil go into a store like this? I don't know if you noticed, it's a little hidden in all the pictures because I made sure, but they have one of the biggest selections of Lucy and autographed pro wrestling action figures.
Yeah, Neil's a big nerd about that stuff.
Yeah, look at that. See, right there, that's the original sets of the original WWF cards that ever existed in wrestling history. Look at this. Look at this. You ready for this? Yeah. That is signed by Macho Man, who has been passed away for over a decade, sir.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, like, look at this. This is a baseball sign because this is the only thing he could sneak into a place. This is a baseball signed by over 40 different pro wrestlers. Like right in the middle, you can see Stephanie McMahon.
Mm-hmm, yeah, did you see that? Yeah.
Oh, dude, this is one he showed me, but he was like very because this is, pro wrestling, but it's also a serial killer or a killer. That is an autographed Chris Benoit.
Oh my God! Can you buy that?
Yeah.
Oh, for $200.
Yeah, it's $200. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure, I don't know exactly all the costs he has, but he has a whole closet of just everything. If you look, these are all collectibles. These are not just something you can go to the store and buy. It's all across, and it's not just wrestling. Oh, those are all wrestling autographs too. But there's also movies, celebrities. There is like everything. Ninja Turtles on the card. Well, Star Wars on the card. I mean, look at that. That's originally from Buck Rogers right there. Yeah. Look at that. Look, the original Millennium Falcon.
I see it, man. There's that place looks awesome.
It's so awesome to go. So guys, if you want some collectibles, so come on there, and he will sit there and tell you stories. He will trade with you. He will tell you everything he needs. He knows. It's called T-Town Toys and Collectibles. Again, at 1211 South Peoria Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Or you can call them to see what they have. Maybe you want to just figure out what if they got a market, because they have a ton of stuff I can't even try to cover. And it's 918-519-1373. Look them up. It's awesome. I'm a geek. And when you walk up to the door, they will tell you, they assure you that they are open today.
Nice. So, I got a birthday present from you.
Yes, I gave you a birthday gift last week because it came during while we were on the air.
So Neil got me a cameo of Billy West. And you guys know Billy West. He's an amazing voice actor. He did Ren Stimpy. He did fucking Futurama. You'll hear his voice everywhere. And Neil got me a cameo from him, and it's awesome.
Yes. Now, I want to say something, though. I thought it was cool out of all the people, because believe me, you know what I went for right away. You know, I went for Office. You know, I went for The Office.
Yeah.
But the only two people they had on Cameo that was within a price range where I felt okay paying for something like that was like somebody that was on the show once, like in the background. Like it wasn't like one of the main characters. Like even Phyllis was like $300.
Yeah, I think Brian Bogdan was like 150. I think Brian Bogdan.
Yeah. I was like, oh my gosh. But anyway, it was really fun. It was cool. And I thought what I was doing was like, it was going to be something they would read it and then they would come up with their own stuff, because I don't want to write the words for Billy West. So I didn't know that he was just going to read the paragraph that I wrote. Because if I did that, if I knew that, you know me, I would have wrote a script.
but he also at the end he did a nice little run of voices from Futurama. He did my favorite, Zoidberg. I was so happy.
Oh yeah, that was so cool. But I was like me, like I showed Danny, and she was like, it's cute,
Yeah, you guys remember last year for Neil's birthday, I got him a cameo from Danhausen. And,
Danhausen, yes, he did. I literally have that somewhere around here, but I have it on my computer because, of course, I watch it every now and then. It's like, haha, Danhausen said hi to me.
Yeah,
he's now a GCW champion. Woo 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 woo. We like champions over here, just like Joe Hendry.
Oh my God.
Let me tell you this before we go into this, before we go to movies, or maybe you can edit this out later or whatever if you need to. I just want to tell you this real quick. Today, Joe Hendry did a podcast, and he told someone asked the podcaster was like, "Man, your song is just so catchy." He goes, "Yeah, I did that on purpose." He goes, "It's 120 beats per minute, just like We Will Rock You, and it's actually the same standards until it changes, and then it changes to another beats per minute, which actually copies the number one pop song's beats per minute is per minute." And he like the two separate parts are supposed to entice you like a pop song.
Well, me hook on the podcast. Yeah.
I know, dude. I've messaged him. I asked him.
Okay. We'll see.
I'm hoping if I say his name, he will appear.
Yeah.
But instead, I guess we got to talk about Jessica Alba and Trigger Warning.
All right. Trigger Warning, directed by Movie Syria. This, I think, is her first English language film. This stars Jessica Alba as Parker.
I can't now, Jeff.
Are you kidding me?
Mark Webber plays Jesse.
Why would someone want to spook you like this?
Also, Anthony Michael Hall plays Ezekiel.
Want to feel real clean, close shaved?
I'll pass.
This also stars Alejandro de Hoyos as Harry, Tone Bell as Spider, Jake Weary as Elvis, Gabriel Bassel as Mike, Kaylee Lyman as Ghost, and Nadiv Malko as Beck, and finally Peter Monroe as Mickey. Neil, what's the storyline for Trigger Warning?
All right, I'll read 5 letters.
Okay.
A devoted daughter is attempting to figure out the cause of her father's passing.
So, first 5 minutes of the movie, you're like in a desert, sort of like a film you think you might be interested in watching, right? You think it's maybe like, cool spy shit, right?
Yeah.
And
That's
then,
exactly the way it leads you.
And then she gets a call on the way back from her secret mission, and she finds out her father passed, and she has to go back home to this town called Creation, in I guess somewhere in the mountains, New Mexico, I guess. And then this shit falls apart.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
when do you want me to jump in on this, or do you just want to go first?
I'm gonna go first real quick. So, Jessica Alba, the early 2000s it girl, she was in Sin City, if you remember, and her character in the comic book, she is nude, killing people, but
yes, naked all the time.
No, I'm not saying.
In fact, I have that comic. That comic book is right. It's right there. You can actually see it. It's right above that. Yeah, Sin City Collection's right there.
So first off, that's not the character we know anyway. But this movie itself, Jessica Alba's in it. She's been gone for a few years, and apparently
no, she's been around. She was in different things, but just nothing we watched
until now. And maybe it should stay that way because she's terrible in this. She's such a bad actress in this one. She's supposed to make me care.
I don't think. I'm going to disagree with that.
Okay.
But I'll let you make your point, and then I'll tell you why I'll disagree with that.
Okay. Now, she's supposed to make us care about her, and I don't give a fuck about her at all, or her plight. It's so fucking weird. Also, they're like smoking weed and drinking beer, and that's all they do in this. And I'm fine with that, but it's weird that it seems like it was shoehorned in there, and also the John Wickiness of this, John Wick is cool because it's sleek, has style, and it has the things. And this is like John Wick without the style. When she fights people, it fucking sucked, man. I didn't like this movie.
All right, now part one. Jessica Alba was not the person to be in this role.
She's so miscast.
That is the number one too. Number two, her character is completely different in almost every new scene that we see in this movie. Have you not noticed that?
Yeah, it was inconsistent.
Not just her. Okay, not just the character and how the character is acting, but also in every scene, she is completely dressed, completely different. That looks nothing like the character. Like in one scene, she's dressing like her mom, who was in a photo, and then all of a sudden, but then she was supposed to be a badass that drinks whiskey and smokes all the time, and it's like, no, because when she took a hit of the cigarette, like I'm like, does she even know how to smoke? Like, nobody. And look, I know people want to maybe change their image and give themselves a hard image. And maybe she wants to jump in the action world like Charlize Theron or like, Scarlett Johansson and, and people like that. And I get that. She's trying to maybe take that leap and do something. But this was not the movie for that. No. This movie didn't make sense anywhere. It was not coherent anywhere.
It was not coherent at all.
The movie, like from one section to another, I'm just like, I have no idea why do we even care about whatever this is going on right here?
It's so totally uneven. It's so uneven when it comes to and like, uneven would be
the I don't even know, like nothing about this movie worked. There were scenes in this movie where I was like, okay, maybe they're taking us on this path. Like we get introduced to Maria's. I don't know if I couldn't find a picture of Maria's. Like I tried online, you could just not find a. I think
the bar that she has.
Yeah, the bar in there. I think maybe that's Maria's. No, that's not Maria's. Maybe it is. But like literally, there is not a part in this. Yeah, I don't think they showed it anyway. Yeah, but the thing is, Chris, this is all from the same movie. Yeah. This.
You would think,
like, if you notice,
think that was cool?
Completely different in every. Like, look at that. That doesn't even look at that. Does he? What the heck?
Yeah.
Like all those pictures are from the same movie, and they don't make sense on why it all goes together. And by any means, when I thought the bar was coming around and I thought we're going Roadhouse, I thought we're going, I was like, oh, okay, the crappy desert thing leads up to that. She's a veteran running a bar and the bad guys are coming. I thought we were going Roadhouse.
No, we didn't get that at all.
We didn't get that at all. It was like the worst bar fight scene I think I ever seen in my history.
It was terrible, man. This movie, like you said, it's not coherent. The script is everywhere, and we're supposed to give a fuck about this character and her thing. I didn't care at all. I didn't have that. No. And it was just not good, man. And I don't know what they thought like when they were making this, but it took 8 years to get this come out, and I feel bad for it. That took that long, and they came out with this.
Well, they filmed it in 2021. They filmed it in 2021, and because the delays happened to do with the strike and everything like that, that's what happened. Is why it took so long. But, wow, guys, come on! Did anybody try? There's this wonderful commercial on the Paramount channel of John Taffer from Bar Rescue, where he screams at everybody going, "Does anybody know what we're doing here?" And that's how I felt about this movie. I felt like nobody, like, I believe your sister-in-law could have gone in and taken the part, and it'd have been 10 times better of a fucking movie than what Jessica. Like, Alba was not for this part. This was not for her. Whoever was directing, editing sucked in this movie. Even the soundtrack was kind of like, what the? Like, it was like it was almost like an 80s softcore porn that you saw in Cinemax at night. You know what I'm saying? It was like, so I'm not trying to bash on it. I hope it finds its audience, because it did. It was number one on Netflix.
It blows my mind.
And everybody just tell everybody, hey, let's tell everybody this is a great movie.
Here's the thing. So imagine this would have come out in theaters. Like,
it would have been.
Yeah,
it would have been a tragedy.
Yeah, this is bargain bin shit.
This is a straight to DVD. This is a straight to DVD movie.
Yeah,
this movie.
Yeah, 100%.
This will probably be the #1 bad movie of the year for me. Like you are going to have to work this year to make a movie worse than this movie.
It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. I can't believe it's #1 on Netflix, and I should. This is my. Is this my fault?
This is your fault. Yeah, 100%. We could have done Godzilla and King Kong and caught up on that, and you sent me this shit. I was like, all right, Jessica Alba. All right, I'll give it a shot. Then I watched it, and I turned it on with people. Then when I turned it on with them, they're like, you gotta turn this shit off. I'm not watching this. Like we gave it the 10-minute rule, and it didn't pass it.
Yeah.
It didn't pass it, bro. And this is not good. Chris, give them your rating so we can get done with this one. I don't want to bash it anymore.
2.3 maybe 2.3.
Oh, Chris, fuck off. No, 1.
All right, Neil.
I'm giving it a 1.
Neil's giving
I'm giving it a 1. I'll give it a 0.5. 0.05.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
giving it a 0.05. I am telling you, I don't ever want to see this movie again. I don't ever want to be. This is my trigger warning to you that I never want to hear about trigger warning ever again.
Yeah. One of the things that was also kind of boring. Like there's way too much talking for what we're supposed to see.
Oh, it was the whole thing was just like it just felt like
fucking
everything
weird, man. It was weird the stuff they did.
Weird is not even like it was just like why
I guess
nothing. I didn't care about anybody, anything in the whole movie. It was boring. It was like even the fire in the bar you could obviously tell was fake. Like some CGI guy did it on Photoshop when he was stoned one night.
This show's called Movies Don't Suck and Some That Do. If this is the Some That Do, this is an STD tag. This is definitely Some That Do.
This is less than an STD tag. This is more. This is a 6 feet under tag. I'm gonna give this the first ever 6 feet under tag. I think the only movie in the 6-7 years we've been doing this or whatever, the only movie I can think of that even comes close is that one. I can't even remember the name, but it was with Alanis Milano. Elisa Milano.
Yeah, whatever that was.
I don't even remember its name, but it was so horrible, just like this movie.
Yeah.
I never want to hear again. But all right, let's do the Rotten Tomatoes, man, because I'm ready for this.
All right, Neil, what's Rotten?
I have a pretty good expression on this one.
Okay, what's the critic score? I mean, what's the audience score for Trigger Warning?
20%.
15%.
15%.
All right. What is the critic score for Trigger Warning?
20%.
21%. You're so close.
21. All right,
Here's the critic consensus.
I'm just gonna go with 20.
Here's the critic consensus. Trigger Warning sure packs a punch when doling out cliches and dialing up the snooze fest. Underneath a bad review, a good review and a bad review. This is from. Hold on. Okay, it's from Kate Sanchez. But why though?
Hollander?
No, this is from Kate Sanchez from But Why Though? A Geek Community. She says, Trigger Warning is the best action film I've seen this year, but it's more than a serviceable attempt for folks looking for revenge stories with compelling leads. She wants to watch something else. And this is from Roger Moore of Movie Nation. He gives a score of a 1 out of 4. He says, always been around long enough to know good scripts from crappy ones, and she's rich enough to be choosier, getting better writers, seeking out the best fight choreographers, insisting on bigger name co-stars. Man, this movie it didn't work. I don't know why. I don't know why she accepted this. She's totally miscast. It's just terrible, man.
I don't know. I don't know what to say about any of it. I don't like. All I wanted was it to be. I just wanted it to be enjoyable. You know what I'm saying?
And no, it wasn't, man. It wasn't enjoyable. But you know what is enjoyable?
Oh, and you know what the thing? You know what the weird thing is?
What?
All right, I put this in my news story. It got 25.7 million views this past weekend.
How is that possible? I don't know how that's possible. What happened? I don't know. But this movie.
I don't know. That's just what it says. That's Netflix reported. That's why it was number one at 25.7 million. Jessica Alba was on the front. That's what happened.
You know what?
I mean, you got a whole generation of people that grew up.
You know what? This movie is enjoyable. You know, is enjoyable.
What?
The news, tell news.
This is the movies that don't suck and some of the news. I'm going to read stuff to Chris because he's drunk and doesn't even know how to read English anyway because he's from Texas.
What I read, I just read. I don't read. That's why I'm in Texas. All right, Neil. Throw it on me.
All right. Off the back, let's get out of the way. Happened yesterday, but we will give our wishes to one of the best character actors in the history of cinema. Mr. Bill Cobbs has died at the age of 90. Bill Cobbs was in everything from Stanford and Son to Dalmatian Man to, I mean, let's see, I can read them off right here. Let's just read some of them all. People Under the Stairs, Things You Do, the Great and Powerful Oz, The Carmichael Show, Greenleaf. I mean, gosh, the list just goes on, and I'm not even through the 2000s. The guy's been in movies since the 70s. He was in The Muppets. He was in The Tenet. He was, CSI, Players of Poker Face, the guy 3 Days to Vegas, Sweet Deadly Dreams, Night at the Museums, all three of them. Yes, Dear, Star Trek Enterprise, the show, like the guy NYPD Blue, like West Wing, The Sopranos. I mean, like the guy did on and on. I'm not even, where am I at? I'm in the 90s. I'm not even Ghost of Mississippi, Ed, like Northern Exposure. Like literally, this dude has been in almost every Bodyguard. He was one of the main characters in the freaking Bodyguard, man.
Yeah.
True Colors. I mean, like it just keeps going and going and going. New Jack City. Oh, I forgot. He's the dude in New Jack City that wanted all the drug dealers off the police. That's actually the top corner right there. That's new, but he was one of the most famed character actors. He will be missed. He was one of the greats. And I mean,
rest in peace.
Sorry for his family and all others
rest in peace, Bill Cobbs,
that have anything to do with it. Rest in peace, Mr. Bill Cobbs. We will still watch you with plenty happiness. All right. From one sad story to another, Street Fighter reboot is finally got a set date.
Do they have a director? Do they have another director?
They don't need it yet. They don't need no stinking director. But they're still rebooting the movie, and it is set for 2026.
Do you think Jean-Claude Van Damme will have a cameo in it?
He better, man. I mean, there's just some movies that need cameos from the guy, you know?
Come on, JCVD. Let's do it.
Let's do it. My computer's going super slow today, man. Let me try to do something really quick. Channing Tatum wants to definitely make Jump 23rd Jump Street. He said that he just needs to get Jonah Hill on, Bill. There's already a great script for the two of them to get back together. It's going to look weird because it's like, 20 years later now?
Mm-hmm. It is weird. It's going to be weird.
And, I mean, what do you say about that,
Yeah.
Emma Stone is remaking an award-winning Korean movie from 2003. Emma Stone is titled Bungar with Yogerius Lentius and Jesse Blamins.
Oh, it just came.
Something like that.
Oh, sorry. I just came a little bit.
Blamins is set for November 7th release of 2025. The plot is based on the Southern Korean sci-fi comedy called Save the Green Planet.
Honestly, if there's Jesse Plemons anything, I'm mostly in. But if he's there's a movie where I see Jesse Plemons and Michael Shannon together, I won't be able to like hold my. I won't be able. I don't know what I'll do. I might just die then there. I'll be upset I can't see the movie. But let's keep going.
I mean, it sounds like it's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Emma Stone, Jesse Plemons. Yeah, let's do it, man. Interesting enough.
We'll do that all day.
Also, we're seeing a movie this weekend.
So have you seen the images of the movie Here yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have. It looks awesome.
By Robert Zemeckis. So if you guys don't know, there's been clips online by Vanity Fair put out there of, so what it is, it's Robert Zemeckis, and if you don't know him, he's the guy who directed Forrest fucking Gump.
Yeah.
All right. And the reason this is crucial to this conversation is he's got Tom Hanks, who played Forrest Gump, acting with Robin White, who played that bitch Jenny. And yeah, oh my God. What an evil person.
She was the villain in the movie, right? She was the villain, right?
She was evil easily. There's no villain bigger than Jenny.
So real quick,
Jenny just effed.
I saw the trailer's out. I'm sure you saw that too, the trailer for this. And they're de-aged and it actually looks really good.
Yes, that's what was my next thing I was gonna say.
Yeah.
So you're gonna get a whole story of the two of them amongst their entire life together.
Yeah.
And so basically you're gonna see how weird is this gonna be for audiences to see Forrest and Jenny together, but it's not Forrest and Jenny.
I gotta be honest, this is gonna sound mean, but I saw the de-aged Robin Wright. And she doesn't look like the Jenny. I think she's gotten some work done, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't say.
But I remember seeing a House of Cards and seeing how fucking hot she was. I'm like, wait, that's Jenny? Because I couldn't recognize her. But yeah, the DH in this, like, it looks really good. Like I know we've come a long way since.
Yeah, it does.
Since The Irishman, we've come a long way, and since Dial of Destiny, we've come a long way. The DH in this looks really, really good. So, and I also can't wait for it because, you know, this looks like it's gonna be fucking pretty good, man. I'm excited for this movie. Here.
Yes, and also, okay, so Nobody 2 is now coming out. They have planned for the release date will be August 15th, 2025. The director, they've got a new director, and the new director is Timo Tujano, who is the person who directed Netflix's The Night Comes for Us. So he's done action movies and stuff like that before. So yay. Hopefully it goes. And let's be honest, Bob Odenkirk's there. More than likely, Bob Odenkirk has control over something that makes it all happen.
He's the shit.
Yep. The synopsis for Freaky Friday 2 has now been put out there, a sequel to the beloved 2003 film with a multi-generational twist. The film picks up years after Tess, Jamie Lee Curtis, and Anna Lindsay Lohan endure their identity crisis. Anna now has a daughter of her own and soon-to-be stepdaughter as they navigate through the Mydrig challenges and become when the two families merge. Tess and Anna discover that lightning might indeed strike twice.
Do we need a second Freaky Friday? I mean...
Yes! Yes!
All right, man. Okay.
Do we need a Shrek 5 and a Donkey spin-off movie coming this year?
Is that what's next on the news?
But that's next. We're getting that too, buddy. Eddie Murphy in an interview says Shrek 5 and they will both be released in 2025. I'm sorry. Shrek 5 and Donkey spinoff are on the way. Shrek 5 is started production months and months ago. The previous movie in the Shrek universe, everybody knows, was Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. So Eddie Murphy said, "Yeah, that's on the way too." So you get to have that on the way, buddy.
I mean, we have another Eddie Murphy coming up. That's the third, you know. So
you're the third.
Yeah, the fourth of a third.
There's this actress that's in a she's in a horror movie called X, also called Pearl, and she's in a movie called Maxine the Third. Her name's Mia Goth. You know her because she's all over plastered in your jerk off room.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Well, she's plastered with my.
Yeah, Chris is a weird sicko for her. It's scary, guys.
Mia Goth
like,
is great.
I'm glad Chris never leaves his basement. He never leaves his basement. He's married. I'm just kidding. He's a married man, loves his wife. Anyway, Mia Goth fans, she has assured everybody that, hey, because she's working on a certain movie that had a lot of changes have been going on with that movie. And I don't know if you remember this, but she's part of the cast of Blade, the new MCU movie Blade.
Yeah.
And she goes, dude, you got to understand the changes that are coming, the changes that happen are because we're trying to make a really good movie, not a comic book movie, a really good movie. So I haven't seen a bad thing Mia Goth has been in yet, so I'll give her the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. Me and Neil are pretty big fans of Mia Goth. She's
you're a huge fan. She's in good stuff. She's stars well.
Yeah, I do have kind of I have a crush on her for sure. So
Yep.
if Shia LaBeouf finds out, he's gonna kill me. So
Scarlett Johansson talking about a sequel that someone is supporting out there in the world. Scarlett Johansson is saying, "Hey, guess what, guys? We are kicking some major ass over here at Jurassic World 4, and that it's going to be badass." So when Scarlett Johansson says this is going to be cool and it's going to be world building, so it's going to be probably not near, the original people of the world. I mean, who can we say no to? I mean, seriously, we just got a Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes that had nothing to do with the original people.
True. It was really
and that was badass. So, now one of the greatest movies of all time is Chinatown, right?
Yeah,
with Jack Nicholson.
Jack.
So Robert Towne and David Fincher's collaboration on Chinatown prequel is trying to make a prequel series. It'll be a series that is a prequel to Chinatown 1974, which would probably follow, I'm guessing, the Detective Jack. Let's see. Series promises to deliver that Jack Gillett's and Lou Escobar's partnership while respecting the original film. Towne will confirms all the scripts for the prequel show how they've been completed, and so it shows how their relationship into Chinatown goes. So I don't know. Hopefully it's good. Talk about something that's good.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I kind of want Chinatown to stand on its own. I don't need supplemental films for Chinatown. Yeah.
Really? You don't need a sequel to Chinatown? I think everybody needs a sequel to Chinatown. All right. Talking about a movie that is good. One movie. There's only two. This movie has now surpassed $1 billion at the box office.
Is it Dune?
For the year 2024? No. Dune already hit $1 billion, bro.
Oh, did? What's the second movie? It's $1 billion.
Inside Out 2
already
has hit a.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah,
that's insane.
So it only had a budget of $200 million. So I mean, I think they made their money back.
Good for Inside Out 2. We like that movie. It's what we like. Yeah.
Yeah. So next week we'll what in the next 5 weeks we'll probably see 17 different movies, something to do. And like, I'm sure Anger's going to have his own movie. Right?
Yeah. I guess so.
I'm sure Joy will have like a whole series by herself. I'm sure they're all, what more are they going to do?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of money. They see all this stuff they can do. Yeah.
There's so much. Now, Ralph Macchio has just wrapped filming the new Karate Kid on its 40th and honors the original 40th. Now, the next Karate Kid movie has finished filming after facing a release delay because of everything that happened. Ralph Macchio confirmed the wrap on Instagram, celebrating the 40th anniversary of the original film as well.
So,
Chris, Karate Kid is 40 years old,
and so is Beverly Hills Cop, the first one. But I want to mention, so the Karate Kid is good. This new one it's tied to Cobra Kai, right? Because I know he's in that. So is that canon? Is Cobra Kai canon of the Karate Kid film that just came out?
Hey man,
I don't know.
We'll have to find out.
Right.
The sixth theatrical installment in the long-running martial arts franchise will build a bridge between the Miyagi-verse and the 2010 reboot, as Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan are both rephrasing their roles as Daniel LaRusso and Mr. Han.
Wow. Okay. That
means you forgot that Jackie Chan was in this.
So I'll have to watch the one with Jaden Smith. Fuck, man, I didn't want to do that, but I guess I have to.
It's okay. It's decent.
Okay.
Just don't call it the Karate Kid in your head. Don't compare it to the original Karate Kid. Watch it as it's just a movie. It's one of those movies that I would have been like, don't call this like. It's like when they make a movie and you're like, if this movie was just called something else,
okay,
it'd been fine.
Okay.
Your favorite movie will be released September 12th of 2025. That's right. Downton Abbey 3 will be releasing on September 12th, 2025. So you can get excited about that.
I don't know what that is. I have no clue what shit's about at all.
Downton Abbey?
I know. What is it about? What is it about?
You know Downton Abbey?
I don't. Do you?
No, I don't watch it. I know you do.
I don't watch it down there. I don't know what the fuck that shit's about. I thought it was Downtown Abbey. For the first fucking year it was out, I was like, what is Downtown Abbey? But it's Downton Abbey, and I don't know what it's about. It looks...
It's Downton Abbey.
I
can't read?
No, I don't. I just didn't care enough, man. But apparently it's good. So happy. Downton Abbey.
Hall H is getting its old friends coming back. That's right. Hall H at the Comic-Con, San Diego Comic-Con, the biggest Comic-Con in the year. That's like the Comic-Con. I would kill to go to that Comic-Con. I never will have enough money to go to that con. Who has like, I don't know how people have like $10,000 to go to that con.
When I worked in Texas, my boss went to Comic-Con and he saw Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, and then the screen looked up and Metric was there waiting to play a show for everyone who attended that screening. Which is pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Comic-Con, that's right. The Marvel Universe has confirmed they will be returning to Comic-Con at Hall H. So the Hall H that we all know and love and known for years will be filled with them at the wonderful, what's it called again?
It's San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah. You like that? Tell me you like that. Tell me you like that.
That feels good.
Nice.
Don't stop.
Awesome.
Keep going.
Don't stop. Get it. Mark Hamill's going to play Peter Vanson in the new Fright Night. He's going to take the spot of Peter. So it's Mark Hamill. I love anything.
Yeah, you're like if Mark Hamill's in, you're like, I'm already in, you know?
Yeah. Army of the Dead 2. Planet of the Dead gets an update from Snyder. Chris is a huge Snyder fan, so Snyder teases the Planet of the Dead sequel with Omar Hardrick causing the excitement. Snyder plans a balance of Army of the Darkness franchise with Rebel Moon hinting as a twisted sequel. He goes, you can check out a snapshot of it. Oh my gosh, I don't know, man.
I like his,
Snyder, man. You're going a little weird. I think he needs somebody to help him out. He needs a co-host. He needs a co-writer.
So I like 300. I like his version of Dawn of the Dead too, and a lot of people don't like that, but I like it. I think Sucker Punch is fucking weird and kind of like pedophilistic.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. He needs like a co-writer. He needs someone to tell him not to do certain things.
Yeah, because
he needs a co-writer.
He has a style, but he's sort of bad in my book now ever since fucking the Scar or whatever that the Rebel Moon shit is. It's crazy. What he's like, I'm gonna make it, and all right, yeah, but Steiner. Okay, cool, whatever. Do what you want. Do what you want. Zach.
All right, so Kevin Feige has totally revealed that Fantastic Four is going to be set in the 60s. It's going to be in the 60s, and that it's going to be of a different parallel universe of some sort. And the threat of Galactus is going to be that helps what mends it all together, where the Fantastic Four now come into this MCU. So it sounds like Galactus is coming and maybe eating a planet. That sounds great.
It sounds like it sounds like he's clobbering time. You know what I mean?
It's clobbering time. I love CM Punk too. Ryan Gosling is producing a zombie comedy movie called I Used to Eat Brains, Now I Eat Kale, based on an unpublished short story by twin brothers Adam and Daniel Cooper.
All right, Gosling.
I'm down for that all day long. Like that name alone, you got me sold.
When Gosling doing a zombie comedy, like the only zombie comedy thing is like Warm Bodies. I started thinking about that, and yeah, let's see what happens.
Also, the star. Okay, so Corey Mulligan and Oscar Isaac is going to be leading the new season of Beef. If you don't know, Beef is a series that each season is going to be two people that go against each other. So it's going to be Oscar Isaac and Carey Mulligan, or from Promising Young Lady, right? Is that Carey Mulligan? I'm trying to think of Carey. I know we've seen her in a bunch of movies.
Yeah, Carey Mulligan's great. She was in Shane. If you guys remember, she played
Promising Young Woman. All right,
right.
boom.
Yeah.
Promising of The Great Gatsby, Drive, Maestro. That movie with
Saltburn.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Saltburn's good, but Maestro. Oh my gosh, everybody thought that was such a
Neil
good movie.
has the problems with that movie for sure.
It was so bad. Such a bad movie.
It's so bad.
All right, and last but not least, Eddie Murphy and Martin Lawrence are going to team up together to remake one of the biggest classic comedies from 1963. They are remaking It's a Mad, Mad, Mad World.
I feel like they've been talking about remaking this forever, though. But Martin Lawrence and
it's going to be a whole star-studded cast of comedians. Let's see if they put the names on here on Mad World. That's the original one. What about the new one? Do they tell me who anybody in the new one is? It's like the original has Mickey Rooney and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It just says Martin Lawrence and Eddie Arden, but they said it's going to be a star cast of comedians. I know you like a star cast of comedians. That's why we watched the next movie, The Bikeriders.
Oh, is that the end of the news?
That's the end of the news. Let's get at it. That was the movies that don't suck and some of them news. I read Chris a bunch of stuff because he's blind in the eye because his dog accidentally humped him instead of the poodle next door.
That sounds right. The Bikeriders, directed by
Hugo.
I don't know really. Okay, anyway,
is he around there?
Yeah,
is he always that? Is he down there?
You might. It depends on why we got home. Hold on.
No, you don't. You don't need to go after your dog, bro.
All right. This stars Bikeriders. Jeff Nichols. You guys know Jeff Nichols. He directed such movies as Midnight Special, Loving, Mud, Shotgun Stories, Take Shelter, and we're strange enough he did Kink the Cowdog podcast series. But this stars Jodi Comer as Kathy.
Most of the time.
Austin Butler as Benny.
There's a lot of people saying a lot of things.
Tom Hardy plays Johnny.
Wow.
Yeah.
Michael Shannon plays Zipco.
Do you think America 2010 gives a flying rat's ass about Carver?
Also, this stars Mike Feist from the movie. What's that movie? The tennis movie that we talked about. Whatever. He plays Danny.
What
Challengers.
Did you just say?
Challengers.
Are you drunk, bro? What's going on here,
Mike
man?
Mike Feist plays Danny. He's from Challengers. Boyd Hubbard plays Cal. Norman Reedus plays Funny Sonny.
It is a corrupt weakling.
Also, Damon Harriman plays Brucey. Bo Knight plays Wahoo. Henry Cohen plays Cockroach. Carl Gossman plays Corky. Toby Wallace plays the kid, and Happy Anderson plays Big Jack. And also mentioned Will Oldham, the Indian musician, is the bartender. Neil, why don't you read the storyline for The Bikeriders?
The Bikeriders captures a rebellious time in America when the culture and people were changing. After a chance encounter at a local bar, strong-willed Kathy is extremely drawn to Benny, the newest member of the Midwestern motorcycle gang, the Vandals. Led by his economic Johnny, much like the country around it, the club begins to evolve, transforming from a gathering place for the local outsiders into a dangerous underworld of violence, forcing Benny to choose between Kathy and his loyalty to the club.
Why don't you start this one? Start the discussion on this one.
This should not have been called The Bikeriders. This should have been called The Bikeriders' Wife. And I'm not dissing it, but it's a completely different movie than what you're advertised.
Yeah, so it's told from the perspective of Benny's wife in this, showing her voice. And so basically we have this guy, he's interviewing everyone, and you hear her tell the story. Right? Yes,
she just tells the story 100%. She's the narrator of the story. So, like, she is telling how she met everybody, how she became friends with everybody. And by any means, I am not sad about that whatsoever. She does a great job. Her voice is great. She's a good narrator and stuff like that. It's just, that's not what they advertised this movie to be. They advertised this movie to be like, this is going to be the gang wars and stuff like that. So I just want to give everybody a pre-warning. Advertisement on this movie did not do an oh yeah, what's her? She's in that picture there. Here, I got a picture of her. There she is, Jodi Comer and stuff like that. She makes the character cool. The character is awesome and stuff like that. It's false advertisement that's going to kill this movie. Because everybody thinks they're going in to see this badass, biker movie where bikers are fighting and, blah, 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 because that's how they advertised it. But this is a love triangle movie. This is a rom-com.
I think
this is a rom-com with motorcycles in the background.
I don't think it's a comedy at all. It's not a rom-com, but
rom-dram. I'm sorry, rom-drama. Yeah, it's a rom-drama. This is a romantic story about a man that's in love with his club or his wife, and he doesn't get to choose both. And that's the love triangle right there. Yes, it's not like, oh, we're all lovers. No, it's that literally that's what it is.
So it's very character driven. I know people are expecting people are going to go around expecting maybe go fight each other and do community organized crime. But if you guys don't know, none of these clubs start out as doing illegal shit. They got into illegal shit afterwards. So this is the very beginning of, you find out about the Vandals, how it started. You find out about who joins the Vandals, and every character is great in this. Honestly, I want to mention that Benny's great.
Yeah, each character. Okay, that I love each character. Now, okay, the way I explained what I just explained was not me dissing on this movie. That was me dissing on the advertisement. These characters: Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, Jodi Comer, Michael Shannon. I didn't even know that was. Where is he? I didn't even know this guy right here. I did not know that was Norman Reedus. I did not know. I walked out of the movie theater not knowing that was Norman Reedus. You know how huge of a Norman Reedus fan I am, bro?
I noticed
I have Boondock and Walking Dead stuff over here. Literally.
I noticed it maybe 5 minutes after seeing him. I was like, oh, well, holy shit, that's Norman Reedus. And it's fun, kind of funny. Norman Reedus, like they probably asked him to be in this movie. He said yes before they even done, because Norman Reedus seems like he's all about that.
He might have jumped on it just knowing that they probably just grabbed him because he is a bike rider. Yeah. He has like that show where he rides in different countries with different celebrities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, dude, all right. And the design of this movie, everything, look when they're in Afghanistan fighting the war.
That's a different movie.
Oh, that's the movie we did before. I'm kidding. But all right. So, and I don't know if you know this, but this is actually from photos from a book.
Oh yeah. It's based. I forget what book it is.
So the guy who's just in the background, this is the book. It's by Danny Lyon. And it's just a photo book. It's not really, and he just put stuff at the bottom, like, talking about it. And then of course I got more and more over the years, but wrong thing. I went the wrong way. But this is a photo from the book. Mm-hmm. Like, look at this. These are just dudes from back in the 50s, like riding around. And they're the outlaws, not the Vandals. The Vandals, they didn't want to use the real name of the bike club.
That's totally fair.
Because that bike club still exists.
Yeah.
But this is actual photos from these guys, man. Yeah, there's the dirt track that you hear about. The see, this photo from the movie is literally a copy of this photo here. Literally the cinematography of this movie. Yeah, the story of this is a good story.
Yeah,
and there's several parts in the movie that it was kind of like, oh,
and there's a gut punch of emotional thing in this one. Jeff Nichols, he does a good job making it gritty. He makes it real.
Yeah,
it feels authentic. I don't know. I'm not a bike rider. I don't know much about any of that shit, but I did do some research after this, and it wasn't that there's a biker and a biker group gang. Let us know if you felt like this was honest. It was like back then. It felt good. It felt it's also, it's not like it's kind of you see it has a sort of similar structure of other movies. You know what I mean? Like it told the narrator, but I kind of seen movies like in this sort of format before, so it's not like groundbreaking, but it was a good movie, and the acting is fantastic. I don't see
It is.
I don't see some of these people not being nominated for an Oscar at the end of the year.
No. I don't see. Jodi. I think Jodi will get nominated.
Yeah.
Jodi stole this whole movie. It is literally. When I say that anything I'm disliking, the thing I am disliking is just literally it advertises one movie, and it's not that. And I don't want people to get upset about that. And like I feel like reviews have been coming in. People have been bashing it because they were promised one thing and they get it. They got a different thing.
Yeah.
It's like saying you're going into a superhero movie and the superhero is only in the movie for 8 minutes and 32 seconds. I'm not going to say that's Dark Knight Rises, but it is. Anyway, anyway, so this movie had heart. It felt good. It was telling a great story. It was telling about the history of how motorcycle clubs went from being, hey, we're just a bunch of people that like motorcycles hanging out drinking some beer, to like the world got darker, so it got darker.
Yeah.
like literally I think the start they said of the downfall of this club was when people came back from war. Which is understandable because you made a bunch of people go to a different country and murder people massively, massively murder people, and then you didn't think it was gonna fuck up the psyche of half the nation.
I mean, who would have thought there's something bad like that? But this is about Bikeriders. It's in the theaters, and what's your score on this one?
Score? I'm not even done talking about. Why are you killing this so quick?
Keep going, man.
Why are you killing the movie?
I'm not
so
killing the
quick,
movie so quick. Keep going.
You don't like it?
I like the movie.
You didn't like it at all.
I like the Bikeriders.
You didn't like it.
I liked
What was it? This part here that got you upset?
That's a different movie. And
that's a different movie. Damn it! I keep forgetting. But another thing I want to talk about is like, so this was Chicago. This was Northern Indiana. This is where I'm from. This is like this is the area.
Like Neil was probably just jizzing his pants while seeing the stuff like this.
I mean, not jizzing my pants, but it did look exactly like if they didn't film this in Chicago and Indiana, then they just took a Google freaking car down there with a camera on top and just went right through. Because it reminded me of all the roads that I used to live in, like back in the day. So it's just like it was really like it felt like I was with the motor and. My family being with motorcycle clubs, me growing up, like they weren't like part of a motorcycle club, but motorcycle clubs hung out around the house and around my aunts and uncles and stuff like that. Like, my dad drove a Harley, so like, this kind of was like, felt like really at home for me and stuff like that. And I really felt like they did a great portrayal of motorcycle clubs. The emotion in this movie, definitely Jodi's got to get an Oscar nomination.
She's gotta be. I admit Tom Hardy fits in there too, but he's so good in everything, man. Tom Hardy's so good in everything.
I don't know if I liked his accent and stuff like that.
Bothered you?
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like, I know he may never watch this or ever stuff like, but Tom, you don't have to do a different accent for every freaking movie.
You can talk normal. You can talk normal.
You can talk normal, man. Well, I mean, you got to do Midwest.
Yeah.
You got to be Midwest for this.
But you don't have to like.
But you've done Midwest. You've done Warrior. You've done, what else did he do Midwest? That he did Midwest many times. So I'd have to look it up. But you have a Midwest accent. Just go with that, bro. Just go with the normal English accent. I know you're an amazing actor, and way more than that. I've only taken. I took acting classes. I think like when I was in high school, and like in my early 20s. But I'm not trying to dish you, bro. But man, just stick with yourself.
It was weird. It was weird.
Do the voice you do in Venom. That'd have been perfectly fine. Just do the voice you did in Venom. But he was the only one I think that I don't know if he went too overboard. Michael Shannon was freaking nuts.
Oh, dude.
I love Michael Shannon. We didn't see him enough.
I know. I would have seen a spin-off movie with that guy. Honestly, Michael Shannon.
And I think that's my only. And that's one of my only problems with this movie was like we spent so much time on the main characters,
and we
had all these great side characters,
Yeah,
that we didn't get enough time
this
with.
was but this was told by Jodi Comer, who's the character Kathy. So there's some stuff we didn't see, some stuff we didn't know.
So I think the only way that could have made this movie better is if like the interview person, like they did it for like here and there. Like there's a whole speech with Michael Shannon about he didn't want his brother to be a pansy, not pansy, pinky. Pinko.
Yeah.
Pinko.
Yeah.
I guess that's what they called college boys back then.
Basically,
because they went to college and they were educated.
Communists. So that's what they thought they were. Pinkos.
Yeah. So, but like, it would have been great if, they could have like done something with that. Like if they could have talked more with people and stuff like that and not, but I understand why. I don't know. Did you like her being the main character or being the main focal point of it?
I liked her as a person in the movie, so I was fine with it. It didn't really bother me. I didn't really think about it that way. To be honest, I liked it, and I knew going in. I went in pretty kind of blind. I've seen the preview and stuff, and I didn't expect a big raucous movie because I know Jeff Nichols. I know the movies he makes,
right?
And so, but I didn't really have a problem with it. The Bikeriders, the way the format the story was told, I actually kind of liked it, honestly.
Cool. Yeah. So
yeah,
I'm going to go ahead and see. The problem is I'm between two worlds on this movie, but I'm going to go, I'll give it a strong 4.1. I'll give it a strong 4.1. This is a good movie. I really liked it. I just, I feel like there's some artistic things that could have been just done a little different, but it's not my world to say that. My thing is, did I enjoy it or not? Can I watch it again? I would watch this again.
Yeah, 4.1. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good score, honestly.
Yeah, I would watch this again. Like if someone said, "Hey, I'm watching this," I think it would take up to like 5 or 6 times in a watching this that I'd be like, okay, maybe I don't need to see that movie for a little bit. Well, but it's a rewatchable movie. It's a good movie, and the actors. Tom Hardy, Austin Butler, and Jodi Comer, they steal the whole movie. They steal the whole show, except for every time Michael Shannon pops up or Norman Reedus. But but it's a good movie between those 3 characters.
My score on this is probably just a 4. It's fine. It's good. I liked it. I recommend it. Yeah. It's a good movie.
I recommend it.
It's a little safe, but it's the way it's told. But yeah, it's the Bikeriders. On RottenTomatoes.com, what is the audience score for the Bikeriders?
The audience score is going to be, I think that they gave this a good one because my movie theater was packed and it was like it
was packed for me too. That was on Monday and it was just fucking.
Yeah, it's a 10:30 a.m. on or 2 p.m. on a Tuesday, but but it is 105 out. So I mean, people are. We don't have malls anymore, so people are looking to get out of the house to go into. But anyway,
question: the audience score for this movie?
The audience score is going to have to be. I'm going to go 89%.
74%.
Oh, they went low.
Yeah, it was
lower than I thought.
What's the critic score for the Bikeriders?
I'm going to say they went higher. So maybe I'm on the critic size on this one. I'd say 81%.
Certified Fresh at 82%.
Damn, I'm off by 1. I've been off twice today.
Critics' consensus is fueled by a charismatic cast and the gritty authenticities. I'll start over. Fueled by a charismatic cast and the gritty authenticity of writer-director Jeff Nichols' approach, the Bikeriders offer conventionally an impactful look at motorcycle culture. I'd review a bad review and a good review. This is from Serial Man.
You are a bad review.
This is from Serial Manville, movies we texted about. Filmmakers hope that with the story. The filmmakers hope was that the story of took all the nasty Nazi bits out, allowed Glenn to remain. Mr. Butler is so handsome, the plan logic works. But the consequence is that the Bikeriders is revisionist history. Okay, sir. And this is a good review from Warren Venezati of WBAL TV in Baltimore. He says, the cast is incredible. Jodi Comer delivers another exceptional leading performance as Kathy, while Austin Butler continues to prove to be enigmatic on screen. Tom Hardy and Michael Shannon are also memorable in this Jeff Nichols film. I should give it 4.5 out of 5. And this is the Bikeriders.
No shit.
Yeah. This on in theaters. You guys can see this. I think it found its audience, and I think it was pretty low budget. I think on this one they didn't need a whole lot of shit in this one, so I think it's gonna make its way back. And Jeff Nichols, I'll see anything you see. So I keep going. I like horror movies mostly. All right. Next week.
No, I'm not okay. Are you all right? Why are you all right? Are you dying?
Yeah, I'm good. Next week, Neil, what are we seeing next week?
What?
What are we seeing next week?
I don't know what we're seeing next week.
Well, did
you tell me already?
I thought we were doing Kinds of Kindness and maybe.
Oh, Kinds of Kindness, and yeah. Well, you didn't. You got to make sure you send that to me right beforehand. I'm sorry. I'm really distracted. I think my wife is working on. We have a pipe that's packed, and I can't hear you, or because the thing is going off, or she's doing what it's called snaking.
Oh, okay. So maybe we should just
snaking the pipe. So yeah, I don't even know why she's doing it right now. This is the worst time.
All right. Well, you know what? Here's what we'll do. I will go ahead and do our outro. But that you can find some movies on Sub.net where.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. All right. Sorry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Sorry.
You can find some movies on Sub.net where w2mnet.com. That's W2 immoviesnet.com. Find us there on a bunch of other podcasts. We're at Instagram at TS Podcast. We're on X and TS Podcast. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/movies don't suck. We have I forgot to mention we have TikTok at movies don't suck. We have a bonfire.com/movies don't suck. That's something to do. And wherever you watch, just go and subscribe like that and tell your friends. Right? You know, we have a small business. What do you do for them?
Hey, if you got a small business, let us know. Just give us information. You can message us at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can go to Chris's house, stare into his window.
Yeah,
whatever you can, just get in contact to us, and we'll be more than happy to support you right here on this podcast without any. Sorry, it's really distracting, bro.
Did you say motorboat? Is that what you said?
What?
Did you say motorboat? You're going to say you're motorboating? Is that what you said you're going to do?
No.
Okay.
No, that's not what's going on. Anyway, but make sure to just send us information to us, and we'll be more than happy to promote you free of charge right here on Movies Don't Suck and Something to Do, because we just want to help local.
Are you ready to go?
All right. Yeah, I'm ready to get done, I guess. That's another episode of Movies Don't Suck and Some Do. My name's Neil.
And I'm Chris.
Remember, guys, no matter how hard you try, the love in your life can never be the leader of the pack unless they tell you all their trigger warnings. You have a good day.